For one of my education classes, we're looking at technology in the classroom and how you can use technology to help yourself and help your students and even your students' parents and just how to make it useful. We were looking at some of the UDL principles, and the principle that I chose to look at was support of decoding of text when it comes to math and thinking about math notation and all the different symbols that go along with it. I know that can be very difficult, and in a classroom I'm working in right now, we have a few students who are nonverbal that do a lot of typing and voice recognition and different things like that on iPads or computers, and a lot of their screens don't allow them with their apps to take a look at the different kinds of symbols that they're going to have to be typing for math. So there's one website that I found. It's called usefulwebtool.com. And with this, you're actually going to also do /en/math and then keyboard.php. And this is going to bring you to this pretty cool keyboard that offers all of the different kinds of symbols that you could see in math. So if you have a nonverbal student or even a student who's a ESL learner or ELL learner, this would be a great thing that you could use. Let's just say you're looking at simple math problem of 8 plus 4. You can just go ahead and you can actually use the numbers on your keyboard. But if your students don't know where the plus symbol is on the keyboard, which you do have on most keyboards, they have all the symbols right down here that you can go ahead and look at. And then in this particular thing, it doesn't allow you to look at it and create the equation, but you can easily have this open and then copy and paste it into a document you're working in, or even if students are on an iPad and they have a text-to-speech app that they use, it might not have a math keyboard, but this does, so they could easily copy and paste it into that. And then when it comes to more difficult equations, they have symbols for everything. I mean, you can do 8 and then do less than, greater than symbols. You can put things into parentheses if you wish. I mean, it's just endless, all the different availabilities that are on this thing, and it's really cool. Another website that I was looking at is called Math is Fun. This can be used for many different things, and somebody that I'm teaching with right now actually told me about this, and she loves using this with her students. And it's actually mathisfun.com, not .org. Once you get in here, it's just endless, but for one thing that I was looking at specifically was definitions. Not only definitions of math language, but definitions of different symbols. So I'm going to show you how to use this. You can just quickly go to the dictionary, and then you can type in the search bar, or you can go through here. So let's say you're teaching a lesson about less than, and a student maybe gets home and they completely forget what less than was. You can have this available for them. You can tell parents about it. They can quickly go on to here, mathisfun.com, go to the dictionary, go ahead and type in less than, and it will give you a whole different options. The first one here is equal, less, and greater than symbols. This is really cool if your students are seeing these symbols on their page or on their homework or even in class and they're not sure what to write or what they mean. So it tells you right here what the symbol means, and it puts it into words right here. So if you're looking at equal, it's when two values are equal, we use the equal sign. When two values are definitely not equal, you can use the not equal sign. And this just allows students to do that. Also, if you go back to that first page that came up, when you type in less than, you can go to definition of less than. This offers you, if you click the more button right here, you can take a look. It brings you right back to the symbols. Or if you want to stay on this first one, there's a couple little symbols here, and there's even a video link here right to YouTube that explains less than, greater than, or equal to. So like I said earlier, your students get home, completely forget about it. They can go right on here and take a look at it. Also, let's go back to the dictionary here. If we go ahead and type in sum, maybe your students are working on a project and they come across a question and it says, what is the sum of these two numbers? They're not sure what sum is. Instead of having to come up to you, the teacher, and ask, they can just go ahead into here, type it in, definition of sum. Oh, it's the result of adding 2 or more numbers. They can see it. It's got an example here. It's got the visual example, and this one also has a video too that they can go ahead and look at. When it comes to older students, if it starts to get more complicated, that's also in here too. And then you can go to algebra, and you can look at different algebra things they have available, or you can go to the dictionary and search the specific thing you're looking at. But it just allows you to have your students not constantly bothering you, but they can go on here and figure this out on their own. Or if they're at home working on homework, make this available, let parents know about it, because we all know once students start to get older, math becomes tricky, and even parents can struggle with what does some of this wording and vocabulary mean. This is an awesome place for them to even be able to go on here if they're helping their kids with their homework and just say, okay, I need a quick reminder, what does sum mean, if they're maybe a little bit confused, or when you get into higher math with some of the different vocabulary, it gets very tricky and different symbols. But both of these websites, awesome to check out. Both of them are completely free. You can use them for many different things, and it's just really helpful when it comes to thinking about all the different vocabulary that is along with math and even all the different symbols. Go ahead and check them out.